last night, but I'm good. I really got my grown man on, and I paced myself, and I had a couple of drinks. I'm good, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that up next, all right? Don't go away. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.
Mic check. Yes, this is your humble host, Marcus Harper. And make sure you check out my show, the Marcus Harper Podcast, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, hop aboard this train of thought. Weekly, 60 minutes of work. I got you. Sports talk, soul beats, and life. Again, the Marcus Harper Podcast, weekly on the SME Network. Check me out. Life is good.
The Sleeper Pick, the guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. There's a storm coming. Ha ha! A firestorm. Get ready to raise your game because watching sports will never be the same. Introducing FireFan. It's a game changer. Finally, a sports app that puts you into the game. You predict the scores, you call the plays in real time while you watch and compete against sports heroes, celebrities, friends, family, or other die-hard fans. The more you call it, the more points you can achieve. Also, be a loyal fan and earn loyalty rewards. Don't miss the hottest app of the year, FireFan. Ignite your passion. Yeah! Yes, sir. Yeah. Register now at firefan.com today. Enter player rewards code TDSS. That's player rewards TDSS. Play the game, fan the fire, earn rewards.
Here come the drums.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
Here come the drums.
Yeah. Hey, Waterhead, can you bring that back for your boy one more time, man? One more time. Bring it back for your boy one more time. Bring it back.
Here come the drums.
Hey, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Make sure you vote for your Boiled Peanuts Award nominees in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook chat group. All right, make sure you do that. We'll give out the award a little bit later. We got the Funky Four we got to get into, the top 4 games in college football and the top 4 games in the NFL. But we got to talk about what happened last night with the Louisville Cardinals and the University of Houston. What the hell happened? As I said, I didn't see the games last night. I didn't see this game or the NFL game. I saw, some highlights or whatever. And the big thing that came out of this game last night for Louisville is not only did they go from the 5th-ranked team in the nation in college football's playoff rankings, but they lose to Houston 36-10, and they give up 11 sacks. How do you give up 11 sacks in a game? How the hell does that happen? Here's a quote. I think we let that get to us too much. I think we paid too much attention to the rankings instead of playing our game. That's from safety D. Smith. The Cougars were in Lamar Jackson's face all night long, once again sacking him 11 times. He ran for a season-low 33. How can Lamar Jackson rush for 33 yards? The last two games he had 338 yards in the last two games rushing. The Cardinals may not have made the playoffs even if they didn't lose on Thursday night, but the opportunity was theirs for the taking. Now they'll find that they are out of it. It's an RAP. I didn't see the game last night. Y'all tell me in the chat room, man. Maybe I'll read some of your thoughts on the game. How the hell do you give up 11 sacks to the most dynamic player, the most dynamic offense in college football? 11 sacks. He rushed for 33 yards. Clearly, they were bringing the house all night long. And see, that's the problem, man, with these Thursday night games. This Thursday night game, you're on the road. You're playing against a solid team in itself in the University of Houston. It's kind of like one of those trap game situations. You got the emotions of what's going on with the polls. You're on the road. It's Thursday night. You don't get the full week, full slate of practice like you normally do. And a team like Houston, whose expectations were a lot higher before the year started, had some early tough losses. They come out with nothing to lose. You know, their whole mission in life is just to beat you. And what happens is you lose. A trap game. Damn. So our little dream, Ninja and Stewie's in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Our little fantasy is probably the better word. Our little fantasy of 4 black quarterbacks starting for the 4 teams in the college football playoff rankings, the college football playoffs, is basically null and void now. Yeah, it's basically null and void now because Lamar Jackson was one. If you didn't know, if you just started listening to the show maybe yesterday, that Ninja in the chat room on Spreaker.com made a good point last week that everything was stacking up where it was possible, where you could get 4 dual-threat quarterbacks in the Final Four rankings for the playoffs. But that's not going to happen right now. I'm looking at, Washington has the Browning kid. No, that's not going to happen. I don't believe Wisconsin has a brother at quarterback. So you had Alabama with Jalen Hurts. You had Ohio State, J.T. Barrett. You had Clemson, obviously, with Deshaun Watson. And then, Louisville possibly could sneak in there. Maybe. I doubt it still. They had a hard way to go. That's just disappointing, man. You know what that kind of reminds me of? And I should have looked this up. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You remember a couple of years ago? As a matter of fact, I know exactly when it was. I just need to go look it up. But you remember a couple of years ago, Pat White in West Virginia, they had gone they had played the entire season undefeated, I believe, in their very last regular season game of the year. And this was before the playoffs. So this was still a BCS. And their very last game of the year, they lost. And they had an opportunity to win. Pat White was the quarterback of West Virginia, dual threat cat. Played a minute in the league for Miami. But I remember this game specifically because I was rooting for them. And Ryan, my brother Ryan, was about to get married that weekend. Where were we at exactly? No lie. We were at the Great Magic City celebrating his bachelor party. Yeah. We were. We were in Magic City, and if you didn't know, Magic City has like this secret, room, man, that's just plush as hell. And we had the whole room, and it was about 100 ninjas down there, and they had the TVs on, and that game was being played on TV. And so we were watching that. This was kind of early before all of the festivities started. And I remember West Virginia losing that game. Same type of situation, man. You had it right there in your grasp, and it's just gone now, man. What are your thoughts about what happened last night in that game? And also, man, the Carolina Panthers hold on in beating the New Orleans Saints 23-20. Drew Brees 285 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Cam Newton, 14 for 33. Cam's numbers and production obviously is down this year, but it seems like it's something totally different about what's going on with Cam Newton, man, this year. 14 for 33, only 192 yards passing, 1 touchdown passing, no interceptions, and he was sacked 2 times for 19 yards. So Carolina holds on. Actually, if you look at the NFC South, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you look at the NFC South, Carolina's only, with as bad as they played, the Falcons got a bye this weekend, so the Falcons are at 6-4. Carolina's at 4-6. This is going to be one of those years, probably the way it's stacking up to be, where a team with an 8-8 record, maybe 9-7, is going to sneak into the playoffs as the division winner from the NFC South. Carolina's only 2 games behind Atlanta right now. Okay, so Tampa Bay plays this weekend. New Orleans lost already. They're at 4-6. Tampa Bay is at 4-5. If they lose, they'll be at 4-6 as well. So you're going to have basically a log jam in this NFC South, man. But Carolina does get a win last night after that terrible loss last week. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room from Spreaker.com. From Dell, Ravens beat Cowboys' son. Laugh out loud, waiting for a flight. Then I'm out until after Michigan beats Ohio State. From Big Apple Bastard in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Good morning, Big Apple Bastard. Big Apple Bastard says, shaking my damn head. I came in here for my sports fix, but the host was too busy getting drunk and smoking blunts. Shaking my damn head. I don't even know what that means, sir. You evidently just tuned into the show. I said that I tempered myself last night. I only had 3 drinks. That's all. I'm perfectly fine right now. I didn't get slizzard last night, if it's okay with you, Big Apple Bastard. I just want to make sure it's okay with you. I'm fine. From the angry black man in chat room on Spreaker.com, Big Apple Bastard's first cousin. Stephen A. Cooning Smith has been a champion for white America since coming back to ESPN and then getting suspended. He is a sucker that should be dealt with in our streets. I got no comment, man. As I said earlier, somebody said earlier, man, that I need to stop defending or recognizing Stephen A. Smith as my frat brother. But he is. He's a bruh. Obviously, very dismaying some of the commentary that Stephen A. Smith has had over the last couple of years about these, social issues. It is. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to throw the man under the bus like that. Y'all are perfectly fine in doing it. Very disheartening. I'll just say that, man. But yeah, he is a bruh. He is a brother of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Hey. From Jay Clyde, we got to jump to a break. From Jay Clyde, how big were those 3 drinks? Oh, boy. Don't I sound fine? I'm not alcohol dead. I'm fine. Trust me, you would know if I was alcohol dead. Usually I lose my voice. I'm not as amped as I usually am. I'm good, man. Last night I went in there, and my whole game plan was to be a grown-ass man. That's all I was trying to do, and I did it. I'm fine. No headache, nothing. I'm good. I was a grown man about mine last night. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, yesterday was the frat's birthday, 105th birthday, November 17th, 1911. And so Q's all over America descended upon the streets, in the bars, and the nightclubs, and the lounges, and drank profusely. And I usually do that, and I'm a mess the next day doing radio. And last night I says, I'm too grown for that ish. And I'm only going to have 3 drinks. And I did it. All right, back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.